Day 4, Every Bit Counts challenge, and it's early. Hi friends, welcome back to Bucket List Homestead. I'm Lynn, and it's early, so I actually still have my pajamas on and my glasses in, so you know it's early. But I want to get started on day 4 of Every Bit Counts challenge, and it's raining today, which I'm thankful for. Believe me, we are so thankful. We have had very little rain this summer, and I'm exhausted from watering. I hate to complain because I know the farmers in our area are in much worse shape, but it is what it is. I am tired of watering every night. So I won't be going outside today, and quite frankly, my garden is not quite as ready as maybe everybody else's is for this challenge. My tomatoes are growing, and my peppers are growing, and my bean, but everything's a little bit slow. We've had a very, very, very weird season here this year, so it's probably going to be a good week or so before I can start bringing things in from my garden to do this challenge. But I do have a lot of things in my freezers that I need to get out and made into something that is either shelf stable or just make room for things that are coming. So what I'm going to do today is get all these. I still have another bag, a big bag of these, but I'm getting a lot of these beef bones out of my freezer today. And for the next 2 or 3 days, I'm going to roast them first, and then I'm going to get them in my big roasting pan and cook them on slow for the next few days to make beef broth to pressure can later. So I'm just going to show you how we're going to get started. I think I need a bigger cookie sheet. I might put them on a bigger cookie sheet, but these are, as you can see, they're still frozen. There's still ice on them here. So that doesn't matter because they're going to go into a 350-degree oven for a little bit to roast. But I do think I'm going to put them in a bigger pan. I'm going to put them in a bigger pan. Once the oven comes to temperature, I'm going to roast them for at least a half hour, and we'll see how they are. These are bones I got. Primarily, the majority of them are from the quarter cow that we ordered, that we got in June from our local farmer, and then a few of the smaller bag was also from them, just in some bones I ordered. And I bought them a while ago, rather, from her. So these need to get out of my freezer. But boy, some of these bones are big. This is going to make a lot of broth, which makes me very happy because we use a lot of broths in the winter, especially. Okay, I'm going to get this into a bigger pan. Okay, so I got my new roaster out. This is my big $15 deal I got on Marketplace. All the bones roasted for about 40 minutes. I ended up doing them for 40. I had a bag of scraps that I save throughout the months or whatever. Onion peelings, carrot tops, things like that. And then I cut up another apple and I put a 2 small cloves of my homegrown garlic in here, and I'm realizing I have no carrots or celery, so I'm going to run down to the farm stand, and hopefully they have some, because none of mine are ready, and hopefully get this going and fill this up with water. I'm going to set it on 250 all day for the next couple of days. So that will be what's today? Day 4 of Every Bit Counts challenge. Okay, so luckily the farm stand did have carrots. No celery, but I'm not going to worry about putting celery in. I'm really not. So I've got some carrots in there, and they're beautiful carrots they had. They look like the ones I planted. So I'm going to drop a few more in there. Whoops. Hit the tripod. So I've got 9 quarts of water in here. All those onions, garlic, the bones, and a bunch of carrots. I'm going to say there's probably about 8 they're small carrots. So that's what I'm going to put in. Gonna set this on, where's my little thing, 250, and we're gonna let this cook for at least 2 days, but no more than 3. Counts Challenge, day 5. Yes, I have a towel on my head. It's morning, and there's going to be times where if I want to get anything done, I'm just going to have to hit record. So you're getting me fresh out of the shower this morning. So one of the things I'm going to do today for Every Bit Counts Challenge is I'm going to dehydrate these blueberries. So I did dehydrate some with the old dehydrator I had. If you're new here, this is the new dehydrator I got. And the video showing me using it for the first time should be posted before this video. So, and they did okay, but I'm not real happy with them. So before I buy a whole whack of more blueberries, because our blueberry bushes are not ready, I thought I'd just get a small pint, and what little bit we ate, we did eat some, I'm going to try and dehydrate. So I think I'm going to be able to fit these all on 2 trays, and I'm putting them on the mats that came with. I'm really happy. So far I have, just dehydrated herbs, but they turned out so much better than they were with my old dehydrator. It took like 12 hours. My old dehydrator took more than 24 just to do herbs. So I've washed these, they're dry, and yeah, we're going to have 2 trays. Perfect. So we're going to start that. Go into the dehydrator, and I'm only going to put the 2 trays in. I'm not going to bother putting the other 2. Oops, I just lost a couple rolling around. Okay, what I really like about this new dehydrator, it has here what you should be putting them on. So fruits and vegetables, 135. So we're going to turn that up. And we will try, gonna try 6 hours just to see what they look like. So I haven't done fruit with this before. So 6 hours, and we'll come back this evening. That might be it for today. The bone broth, the beef bone broth I started yesterday for Every Bit Counts Challenge, getting all those bones out of my freezer, is looking amazing. It is so dark already. This might also be tomorrow, canning it up. I want it to cook one more day. So it's going to be a busy weekend. So that I'll be pressure canning up. These are the blueberries I did with my old dehydrator. So we'll see if there's a difference. Yeah. And my mom and I are off to something I have not done in 7 years. 7 years since I've done this. I'm going to get pedicure, spa pedicure, and boy, my feet need it. I have neuropathy, a little leftover gift from chemotherapy, and my feet have taken a beating just in the last little bit. So that's going to be a little treat for me. So I'll bring you back when the blueberries are done, whether it's 6 hours or tomorrow morning. It might be. I'll at least show you what they look like after 6. And if I get to my potatoes today. We'll see. Could be a busy day doing other things. So if not, I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 7. Day 6 of Every Bit Counts Challenge. And this is really becoming a challenge for me. My garden is probably a good week, maybe more, away from really starting to produce. I have a lot of green tomatoes and a lot of green peppers. I just need them to change color. So I'm doing my best to try to preserve something every day. So I just went out to the garden. I just picked a bunch of zinnias for a bouquet, but I got a bunch more nasturtiums bloomed. So I'm gonna dry them, and I picked a bunch of the leaves and stuff for the chickens. And apple mint. I also picked some apple mint, which I'm going to dehydrate. Oh, it smells so good. So that's apple mint. So I'm gonna get that dehydrating. I think it was day 2 or day 3, maybe day 3. Beef broth is all done. I've strained it, and I'm just letting it cool down so the fat can come to the top, and I can scoop up all the fat. You don't want to pressure can with all that fat, because then it'll probably, more than likely, you'll have the seepage. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, you know what I mean. Yesterday's Every Bit Counts Challenge blueberries. We've got 56 minutes to go, so I'm just going to check it here. So they've been running almost 24 hours now. So let's see if I can get the lid. Just a second. I had to put the camera down because I couldn't pick up the lid one-handed. They're still not quite done. Let me just check the other tray. Yeah, they're still really plump and juicy. So that's not even going to be done in an hour. So I'm going to put this on. Oh, we'll do another 6 hours and we'll see how that goes. So I am trying, like I said, I am trying to do something every day. It's just my garden is about a week behind or so of a lot of the other people. I do have a bunch of things in my freezer that I hope to get to Monday. I have one bag of blueberries from last year. Might as well turn that into blueberry butter to make room for things I got to put in. So I'm trying, folks. Like I said, our garden is this is the summer of weird, we are calling it, because we've had weird weather, just weird growing season, the weirdest I can remember. So that will be day 6. And we'll see you back here for day 7. Hopefully I think I might have some beans tomorrow that I'll be able to do something with. I forgot one thing that I did harvest today. In my stacker planters, I planted just a few potatoes just as an experiment, and I checked on them today. And this is what I got. I mean, that one's huge, but just a couple little ones. I think that's the next biggest. And then just some, they're totally edible. I will do something with them probably just for supper tonight. I won't be canning these or anything, but it did work. But I won't waste my space in my stackers next year planting potatoes. The plan for them next year is strawberries. But I did get some potatoes out of it, so it wasn't a total loss. Day 7 of Every Bit Counts challenge, and as you saw in the beginning, I just popped out all my frozen zucchini. I want to say day 2, but I've lost track of the days. So they're just going to go back into the freezer, and I'm keeping these out. I'm just going to give them a quick rinse, because I have a few of the carrots left from when I made my beef broth the other day. I'm going to shred them up. I probably won't get a whole lot, but it's better than them going to waste. So I'm going to shred them up the same way, freeze them, and put them in a Ziploc bag. So today, agenda, there's a lot of things I'm hoping to get done today for this Every Bit Counts challenge. As I've mentioned, my garden is still slow coming in, but I have lots of things in my freezer that I need to make space for. I'm going to I'm going to get my beef broth pressure can today, and I'm going to shred those carrots. I had one other thing I was going to do, and I can't remember what it was now. I'm sure I'll remember as I get going. So yeah, busy day for day 7. So I'm going to go put these back in the freezer, rinse out my muffin tins, and get these carrots shredded and start. Okay, so that gave me 5 pucks that I'm going to freeze. Not a huge amount, but it's better than going to waste. And that is actually 5 batches of carrot muffins. So every bit counts. Okay, carrots are in the freezer, and as you can see, I took out my broth, and this is why I put it in the fridge, because it makes getting the fat off so much easier, because you don't want a pressure can with this because it can cause siphoning. So I'm going to get off as much as I can. It smells really good. And the chickens are going to get this fat. I get this heated up, so I'll see you back here once it's nice and hot and we can start putting it in jars. So I also dehydrated blueberries. I think that was the first day. Again, sorry, I've lost my days, but you'll see me starting these in the video I'll be uploading. So half of these I'd already done with my old dehydrator, the other half I did with my new. It still took quite a while, but I just tried a couple. They are delicious. I really wanted to dehydrate them enough that they would be able to be
blend it up into a powder. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with these. I think I can with the strawberries I dehydrated, but I don't think I can do it with the blueberries. But these will be good in muffins, yogurt, or just as a snack this winter. So everything is ready to start putting them in my jars. So I bought this at the dollar store. It came in a pack of 2. There's a bigger one and a smaller one. This one fits perfectly in this one. And just because I couldn't get all the fat out and any other bits that might be in here, so this will just strain it a little bit better. So here we go. My jars are boiling hot. That's working perfectly. And I'm finding this a little bit, as messy as it is, it's easier than the ladle, because I can see a little bit better my fill jar. I have 7 jars ready. That's how much my pressure canner holds of this size. These are liter jars, but I don't even know if I'm going to get 7. We'll see. Is that color not gorgeous? That is some nice deep broth. Okay. So that did get me 7 1-liter jars. I'm excited. This is the first time making broth in my new roaster oven. My old one, I think, it holds a lot more. It's a 22 quart. This is only 18 quart, but this is perfect. I'm happy that I know that I can get 7 jars, which is perfect for my pressure canner. So, okay, I gotta wipe off the rims with vinegar, get the lids on. These are gonna go in the pressure canner for, I gotta double check, but I think it's 25 minutes for these 1-liter jars. So we'll see you back when they're coming out of the canner. Okay, so the beef broth has just got done. I'm waiting for it to cool down. So while it's doing that, I decided those nasturtiums I picked yesterday, I'm going to dehydrate. The other ones I picked at the beginning of the challenge are already half dry, just hanging. So I thought we'd try and see how they do in the dehydrator. So we're going to get those going. So I also forgot I froze cubes of pesto that I made. I actually made this a couple of days before the challenge started, but this is made with cashews and it is delicious. So I'm looking forward to having that with pasta and pizza this winter. So very, very easy to make. It was as much basil as I had, I don't know, about 4 cups. I think it was like a cup of cashews because that's what we had on hand. Lemon juice and garlic, that's it. Seven quarts of beef bone broth. That is 1.5 big bags of bones out of my freezer. And all ready to add to the first batch I made not too long ago. So that will be, I'm going to wrap this up for day 7. Pretty exhausted. It's already been a busy day, and it is 105 degrees Fahrenheit again here today. It's supposed to break tonight into tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can get out in the garden and check on the beans because I know I have more beans I can can. So hopefully tomorrow for day 8 we'll be canning beans. We'll see you then. Day 8 of Every Bit Counts challenge, and yes, you're getting me fresh from the shower again this morning. Little bit of a busy morning. I have a few things I want to do. Let's see if it works. So one of the things I'm doing, because my garden is a little bit slower to produce than maybe some other people who are doing the challenge, I'm trying to clean up my freezer and making sure I've used up everything from last year. And I thought I had used up all the blueberries from last year. Going through the freezer, last night I found a big bag of, like a big Ziploc bag of frozen blueberries. I'm like, oh, you know, because I made a lot of things with blueberries last fall and winter, and I honestly thought we ran out. This is why you should keep your freezers organized. So I said, okay, I'll make blueberry butter. Well, then I found a second bag and third bag. And this is the 4th bag. There's no more from last year. I made sure. But yeah, 4 great big, I mean, that is humongous. They're not going to go to waste because I'm making blueberry butter.
But I'm frustrated because I'm thinking I could have made muffins a few more times or something. But anyway, so what I've started, I would have started it in the roaster oven if I'd known I had this many blueberries. But I started my crock pot and I just started dumping them in, frozen. I added a little bit of water just to kind of get things going. And I've been cooking this since last night, and it's going to cook all day. I don't think I can add these blueberries yet because they're not cooking down. I'm just going to give them a stir. I'm going to add some. This is why I should have used the roaster oven. All right. Let's see how many I can get in there. Okay, it's full, but I got them all in. I'm not add some lemon juice. I think I'm going to try adding some maple syrup instead of even honey or cane sugar. So hold on, I spilled a little bit. Surprise. All right. And blueberries stain. I mean, we're replacing these countertops, but until we do, I don't want stains. Okay, so that is on low, and it's going to just, I'm going to forget about it for a bit. So my nasturtiums aren't quite ready. I put them in for about another hour. Those I started yesterday to dehydrate so I can get them in a jar. I am going to pop out, I hope, the carrots that I shredded and froze yesterday. Okay, so there's that. Okay, those are going to go in the freezer. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go and run outside and see if there are any beans ready. I'm going to do that right away because it's going to be hot here again today. The last 3 days has been 105 and 106. At 8 o'clock last night, it was over 90 still. Today's supposed to be our last hot day, and they say rain is coming. As much as I hate my roof and siding renovation getting delayed another day, I am looking forward to the rain. We need it desperately. It is very dry here, dry. And I've been watering a lot. So I'm going to run out and see if there are any beans, and hopefully we can get those canned today. So I'll be right back. Good news, lots of yellow beans out there to pick. I picked about a handful or so, and lots more basil, and there was a few ground cherries that I'm going to add to my bag in the freezer. I haven't been getting enough at a time, so I've just been freezing them. Bad news, the bugs are horrendous. I couldn't stay out there any longer. I thought I could tough it out, but I was getting swarmed. Like, I still feel them all over me. So I'll have to go back out and try later because I just can't. I can't take it. So here's some ground cherries that I had ready. I don't know if all of them were exactly ready, but they fell off when I was looking at them. So I kind of am stuck with them now. So we'll add them. Oh, and there were 2 green beans too. That's a lot of basil again. I gotta wash all that up. It smells good. But yeah, a lot of basil. And so that's what I was able to pick this morning. I'll definitely go back out. There's lots more. And basil, I might make more pesto. I haven't decided yet. Just because I still have quite a bit drying. But we use a lot of it. I would like to put it in the dehydrator, but I had plans for the dehydrator today. More basil. I was going to try, don't know why I'm bending down so far when I can just move the tripod. I was going to try dehydrating some of these little potatoes I got. I know I have more potatoes ready, but again, the weather's just been not cooperating to go out and get them. I'm hoping to get to them this week. We'll see. But yeah, I would like to try and dehydrate these because most of them are so tiny
they'd be perfect. I've already washed them up, so we're gonna see. Those nasturtiums, hurry up and get done. They're almost done. I think they'll definitely be done. I can try doing that. So, okay, I'm gonna just stop for now because I want to can beans today as my Every Bit Counts challenge. So I can wrap up these few days and start on the next few. I just thought, for those who don't know, the ground cherries grow in these little husks like a tomatillo, and you push them out, and there they are. People say they taste kind of like a pineapple. I haven't found that. And truthfully, I won't grow these next year. We don't like them enough for the amount of space it has taken up in my garden, and it's one plant, and it is humongous. Like I'll have to show you the next time I'll take you out with me. It is very, very big for something we're not crazy about. I'm gonna either turn these into like a jam, maybe I'm thinking, or a syrup or something, but until I get enough, they gotta go into the freezer bag. I almost forgot my first sugar baby watermelon. I wasn't really gonna pick it, I was just checking on them, but I scored it with my nail, so I had to bring it in. So I hope it's done. It's a pretty good size, and you know, they're sugar baby watermelons, so they don't get that big to begin with. But there's quite a few out there, so I'm hoping it tastes good. This will be my first success. I've tried watermelon several times without any success, so. Hi friends, my name is Lynn Guitar. This is Bucket List Homestead. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today is day 9 of Every Bit Counts challenge that Jessica from Three Rivers Homestead is challenging us all to do. And that is to preserve something every day for the month of August. And it doesn't have to be huge batches. It can literally be like 4 jars of green beans. It could be freezing something. It could be dehydrating something. My garden is still a good week and a half-ish away from really starting to produce. Excuse the noise. The roofers and the siding guys are here today working on our house. So yeah, I'm still behind. So I feel like I'm kind of repeating a few things, but what is coming in is herbs like crazy. So I have a dehydrator with a couple of trays of nasturtium flowers and leaves dehydrating here. And in this dehydrator, I have, I think it's 4 trays of basil dehydrating. And I did go harvest a bunch of yellow beans last night. It's still not really enough to can. I was going to blanch them and freeze them and just keep putting them in a big bag until I had enough to can. But I think we're actually going to have these for supper tonight. There'll be plenty to can. There's a lot of green and yellow beans. My other project was getting things out of the freezer to make room for things that will be coming in soon from the garden. And I'd mentioned in my video before about all the blueberries I found. Well, it's day 2 or 3 of cooking down the blueberry butter and I will be getting this can today. It's quite a bit thicker. I'm just going to let it cook with the lid off for the rest of this morning, and hopefully I'll be canning that later today. And that will be it for day 9. I wish I had more things I could be canning or preserving, but like, I've really been able to get into the garden for the last 4 days because we've had temperatures over 105 degrees. Today, and right now, as I'm talking to you, it's 67 out. That's a huge jump. So I'm going to admit it feels a teeny bit cool. I would like it maybe 5 degrees warmer. So this might be it for day 9. If I can get to that blueberry butter, I'll certainly bring you back when I have that all canned so we can count that for day 9, even though I started it on day 7, I think. But that might be it for today. I'm still racking my brain about what I'm going to be able to do tomorrow. It might be taking more things out of the freezer. So stay tuned. I do, however, have a lot of herbs that I have preserved over the last few days. So here they all are. This is the last couple of days' work. Well, it's 6:30 p.m. This is not blueberry butter, it's blueberry sauce. That's what I'm going with because I don't want to cook it anymore. I'm tired of worrying about it, so it's blueberry sauce. So, and I want to end this day 9 of Every Bit Counts challenge with something that I've been working on for the last 2 days of the challenge. So I'm just going to get this bottled up. I have 12 jars. I honestly don't know if that's enough. If it's too many, I think it's not going to be enough. But we'll get this 12 going and canned up Ooh, way too much, Lynn. Yikes, that's gonna be a mess. Okay, I'm gonna get this canned up and I will see you when it comes out of the canner. Day 10, Every Bit Counts challenge. It's going to be an easy day for this challenge. I'm going to freeze a dozen eggs. I already have, I think, 2 bags frozen for the winter for when the chickens slow down. But I'd like to have some more. And they're laying really well right now, so now's the time to do it. These are great for baking. I'm freezing them, obviously cracked, like taking them out of the shell. And I'm freezing them whole. And I'm going to actually try frying a whole one. We'll see how it goes. I might actually try soon so I can make sure this is working. If not, they're great for baking. So this is pretty easy. Take one of our eggs. Hopefully it cracks the right way. This one cracked from the top instead of the side. Yes, you're going to hear a lot of banging. They're working on the house still. And right into the muffin pan. I'm just going to do that with all of them. And once they're frozen solid, I will put them in my bags with my food saver. There we go. A dozen eggs to go into the freezer, and when they come out, I'll put them in my food saver bags and seal them up. One other thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to do something new. I'm going to try and dehydrate some of my garlic. So this is my garlic mix here. Whoops. So best year I've had. And I have a bunch here that were really tiny pieces. So I'm going to use these to try. It's going to be a big experiment. So, yes, the peelings are on them. I tried peeling these. Peeling fresh garlic is almost impossible. I couldn't do it with my fingers. I couldn't do it with my little garlic peeler. Nothing was working. Doing a little bit of research, apparently it's okay to leave them on. I'm going to leave them on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in my blender here and just chop them up a bit because I don't want to try and cut 200 pieces of garlic by hand into skinny pieces. And then we're going to try it. So let's try it. Okay, so I just pulsed it up, and I have the fruit leather mats on here. So, because as this dries, it's going to get smaller, hopefully, and it will fall through the grates. I got all 4 trays ready, but I'm not sure I'm going to need all 4, but we'll see. I'm really excited to try this. We go through a lot of garlic powder, which is eventually what this will become. Not only do we eat a lot of garlic, we love garlic, it's good for you. And the trick too, if you love garlic, you make sure everyone else in your household loves garlic, so then you all have stinky breath. But we use a lot of powdered garlic for the chickens in the winter too. I add it to their feed to help them fight off any, respiratory issues. So, all right, there's one tray. So I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to set it at 110 and pretty much expect this to be a good 15 hours or more. It's not as humid here right now. Thank God our heat broke, and it's just a beautiful 80 degrees today. So, all right, might get 2 trays out of this. That was a lot of garlic. I don't want to use a lot of my garlic because when I use it in a lot of cooking just fresh. But if this doesn't work, then I won't be out on my garlic. Okay, I am gonna smell like garlic for the rest of the day. I won't have to worry about vampires or anyone getting too close to me that I don't like. All right, so we're gonna go set this at 110. And I'll put the timer on, but the timer doesn't really matter. It's when I say it's done, but we'll go for at least 15. Okay, so I have it for 110, and I'm gonna put it on 8 hours. Okay, fingers crossed it comes out, and that will be the end of day 10 of Every Bits Counts challenge. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the rest of the month.